Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. I wanted to kind of bring in, my name's Cassandra Vaynerchuk, and I wanted to take this time to talk about building a brand and how y'all all come up with your theories on money growth and your thoughts around marketing, which is interesting. Because when you all talk about marketing, you only speak to selling. And then you fluff around that you're actually creating culture, and then you create a brain pattern in people's minds of manipulation that you created a culture when you really didn't you didn't create a culture. You created a mindset of money growth. The biggest brands such as Nike, such as Coca-Cola, they have a history of creating a brand in a way that's really empowering to community. It's like family, community. It's a sense of history. It's a sense of family. It's a sense of quality. It's an advancement. I know sugar is in soda, and I know cocaine, they say cocaine used to be in Coca-Cola. I mean, I really honestly don't know if Coca-Cola really had cocaine in it, because I never had a cocaine Coca-Cola. However, I have been to the Coca-Cola Museum out of Atlanta, and I don't really remember them talking about that, but I think it's a funny story, to be honest with you. I mean, that literally can go down in history as the craziest shit. I mean, technically, sugar, if you take a look at the contents of sugar in a molecular structure, sugar and cocaine are very similar in addiction. So I'm like a scientist too. Sorry, Coca-Cola. But you know, like where I was going with this is I'm digressing right now, but where I'm going with this is that the way that Coca-Cola and Nike built a brand was really based off of story, based off success. What I mean by success, I mean like Michael Jordan. I mean like Michael Jordan and his ability to play a sport. Meaning, when you bought a pair of Michael Jordans, you felt close to him. You felt like you could be, the slogan was, you be like Mike. Not be him, but be like him. Meaning that it was fueling people into a healthier lifestyle. So that means it was creating connection. It was creating joy. When you thought of Coca-Cola, and you still think of Coca-Cola, you're like, bring me a Coke. And you automatically in your mind think Coca-Cola. Not some weird sadistic crap of a person. Like, it's like more important to like, that's why I focus like a lot on Be Friends, is because Be Friends is a brand of what you want to call, meaning you don't want someone's face really attached to the brand of Optimistic Otter. You want Optimistic Otter to be a character in itself so that it lives for centuries. It's like you're separate from the brand. That's why it's so amazing to me that you all think that hiring someone while they hold a tossed salad and erotically look at the camera is a long-term business plan. If you really want to take a look at marketing on that format, nobody's actually really interested in that. The people who purchase salads are working women. You want to take a look at who is your audience. It's working women. It's people on the go. It's people who are, it's a fast food restaurant. Let's just say it's a fast food restaurant. It's people who are looking to lose weight, they think. And you have a woman who is size 0, who's standing there holding a tossed salad, erotically looking at the camera, where she's selling you Caesar dressing, which is really not healthy. And the mindset of a woman who is on a diet. And that's a brand, that's someone trying to build a brand. However, you don't even really look at the salad or the business. You're too busy looking at the prostitute you hired that you called content creator. I keep going back to Jordan Peterson because Jordan Peterson actually educates on a subject. He is intelligent. And when I think of a brand builder, I would think more along the lines of something like Jordan Peterson versus a Charli D'Amelio. Is this building a brand? What do I mean is that you don't get nothing more than the woe and a young teenager with no ethics, morals, and values spewing out no ethics, morals, and values. She wears a bikini and she's 16 years old, while old men literally are drooling over a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old. That's nasty. I'm trying to bring you into perspective of where you've taken marketing. Stories have not changed on how women want to be in love. Stories have not changed on how women want to have a family. You just created the image that it's changed. And then you started to bring in this trans conversation to stop the creation of humanity. Not to mention women are now enhancing the idea around abortion, where they're actually making videos to say, this is what my baby said as I was aborting it. That's literally a TikTok video that went viral. And that's the kind of advertising that and content creator that you're actually supporting, and that's called building brand. I want you to understand that you are recreating societal norms to fit your imagination of garbage. They're even recreating the ideas of democracy while utilizing marketing branding. Because the rich people know that if they work with the government in their agenda fueling, that they'll make more money. That's what you all really need to understand. That you fall for it, though, because it's flashing in your eyes. And that's why I did those videos on the children's education. And I'm continuing to make little videos or short videos for kids to watch. Because even in the classroom, you're trying to wave shit in their face. Hypnotize them. Bully them into submission. Take all their creativity away. Make them watch propaganda videos. Make them listen to propaganda songs. Changing the way you sing the alphabet. Because you're bored with it. Because you're bored with it. Little kids don't know Disney until you introduce them to Cinderella for the first time. Those stories are new to them. I'm sorry, Snow White actress Ortega, if you think that that's not up to what your values are. Well, you should have thought of that before you took the role. But it's obvious they wanted a girl who played Wednesday, who's a whore, to play Snow White. Are you serious? Like, it's crazy to me what you all think building brand is. It's insane to me what you think, what you've created in your minds to be building brand. It's amazing to me what you think. What do you think building brand is? Wearing your mask. How can I be a character in my own life? How can I be a character in my own life, a character, so that I can get one over on all these people? And then I can act like a complete asshole because I no longer have any sense of self. And I want to be validated. That's your brand. That's all of your brands. Look at what I've done and look at who I can control. Really, that's what you're building brand off of. Females build brand off sex, and then you all men think it's hot, which is really crazy to me. Meanwhile, they act as if they're on business travels when they're gambling and being nothing more than a gossip stirrer. And they call that brand. So we all know the Kardashians' brand is shallow, this is your brand. Shallow, self-centered, egotistical users who show off, who are mean to each other, who are mean to their audience, who are whining, complaining, plastic surgery nightmares, greedy as hell. That's their brand. That's most women in Hollywood. That's actually their brand. That's not brand for Coca-Cola. But now you're dealing with people and emotions, and they're actually digging at your pain body so that they can make more money off of you. And that's where the world has what it's become because of the bullies in high school. You gave them an opportunity. They were supposedly succeeding in high school, but now you gave them a bigger platform to bully us with no repercussions except for bigger platforms. Well, they then created a network where they used it as gatekeeping to keep the valuable people out so that they can succeed. And that's basically what the industry is of content creator in Hollywood. Don't forget politics. That's what they think building brand is, while everyone in those communities yell out, we want to do right by people. We want to do better by people. This is succeeding. This was the greatest event of all time. That's called branding. So you're basically lying. Meanwhile, you don't do anything different to improve it. And you just continue to do bad business deals with more bad people, have them on your podcast and your platforms to fuel more bad shit because nobody's willing to speak up against the truth. And that's really where you're at with your brand. Meaning when you go into you're really pretty much as a content creator, your idea in your head should be you're an educator. Even if you're entertaining. Well, how am I going to show emotion around? For me, this is what emotion looks like. For me, this is what art looks like. This is a perspective that I want to introduce to an audience. This is like, I'm here to show you things and tell you things and help you with things. I have more money than you, so I want to teach you how to be stronger in who you are so that you can create what is possible for you and what you find important. But that's not how these brand deals work. It's all about making money, and that is the bottom line. So everything's the bottom line, and then they continuously hire these millennial Gen Zs. They don't do any education in advancing them into becoming adults. They pat them on the back and on the butt when they do a horrible job. Then they call that feedback. And then they keep rolling with it because they're getting validated for bad behavior. And that even comes in the form of their content going viral and being seen by millions. And unfortunately, I have to tell each and every one of you is you're all brainwashed. You all can't see out of this dark hole that the industry known as Democrats, Hollywood. I mean, if you're going to tell me there's any good movie out there right now, you definitely are brainwashed. You are definitely brainwashed. Meaning your role as a movie person, and this is collectively you working together as a community. Yeah, you want to have movies that are kind of bringing awareness to Indian culture or Native American culture or whatever you want to call it. Oh, let's not be racist. Everything is like, no, you can't talk about anything without you all flying off the rails. Well, this land was stolen and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, we're in 2023. We don't live in the past. There has been equal opportunity out there. However, there is an equal opportunity in the form of internet, which is why these little trash heaps. And it's so funny to me because the ones that are controlling the inequality are the ones that are spouting out everybody's unequal. Meaning over here in real world land, we all lived in equality. You just had bad fucking attitudes. You never showed up for work. You showed up late. You didn't do a good job. So you got fired. But now with all this woke culture, Gail, where in your fucking life have you been in equality when you literally jumped off the back of Oprah to create your career? That's pretty equal to me. It's actually inequality because you're the one who got a free ride. That's her brand. While they stand on their pedestals and talk fake to each other. While they pretend to be spiritual leaders. That is the concern here. You're not real people, yet you're pretending to be real people. It's all character and show. You're like, should I act here? And how do I act here? And that's you building your brand. Your image. Because that stirs up money for you and your business. And that's the new age advertising. Not how can we tell stories about family. No, it's how do we create unrest in the audience to where they need us and they need to go buy Oreo cookies or they need to go buy this. And because when they buy that, they'll get an instant of like uplifted emotion. But then it'll go back to zero. We'll make another commercial and they'll go out and buy something else. How can we control the masses so we make more money while we claim inequality? While we proclaim democracy, but that's just a brand. Meaning branding is actually, in today's day and age, lies, false, lies, false, lies. Look at how you're branding a relationship as part of a brand. How humiliating is that? That you wanted to add in a boyfriend to grow your platform because you can't hold your own. And that's 100% of women out there. Although they're crying out equal rights for women and women are rolling and all this bullshit. Taylor Swift needs to go thank Scooter Braun for her career. Think about that for a moment. Taylor Swift needs to go thank Scooter Braun for his assistance in her career. However, all she does is act like a little bitch. Two adults unable to have real conversations around business, and that's Taylor Swift. We're seeing more and more of who she actually has been behind the scenes. See, she built her brand off of, I'm the innocent, sweet one, while John Mayer and the rest of these assholes abused me. And then you all built your brands in real time off of the same idea that Taylor said because of all too well. Let's not even get started on how she sold out football so that she can fuel her brand, now bringing her shit into football. It's more important that Taylor Swift is going to be in the stands than it is to be actually watching the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not sure, as teammates of the NFL teams, how you can even stand for that shit. Women in business are rotten, dirty scoundrels. If you ask me as a fan of any football team, I'm humiliated. I'm like turning my eyes away from football so that she can build her brand off of sex. You know that her and Kelsey are fucking, right? Taylor Swift and Kelsey are fucking because that's the brand. When Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have 4 kids, they had to fuck to make a child. So they're fucking, not having a marriage. Just take a look at how they act on the carpet. They're fucking. So Taylor Swift announced that she's fucking Kelsey, and now she's got Kelsey's mom involved to tell everybody she's fucking Kelsey. That's building brand. And that's what you think is an honorable businessman? While you rub all over their titties and look in each other's eyes and look at each other and take photos, and that's your fucking brand, and you're in marketing and advertising? How is that benefiting me as an audience? You need to go talk to Gary Vee about that one, as he says he never talks about his personal life. So you're a liar because it's all over Mona Van's page. But you're just following suit with everybody else who's in contract instead of actually being a real person. Although it's pretty common sense how I'm actually the one with the talent, isn't it? But you know, your brand building is way more important, including more important than your audience. Unless your audience knows what you're up to, because I can only imagine that there's probably a secret email that you started sending out my information, maybe. I mean, I definitely know there's a secret group where you're all watching this shit. So you better take note to the kind of fucking conversation I'm having about Kelsey and Taylor as they're fucking. Taylor Swift is old enough to fuck. But Mona Van builds her entire platform off of fucking. Because she's a slut and a prostitute. At least Taylor Swift has a form of talent. And really, she built that shit on her own creativity. Scooter was a manipulation that got you interested. So you need to take a look at how you as viewers are viewing branding. Meaning you don't give people a shot until someone tells you to give them a shot. Gatekeepers. The game of branding, the game of being yourself in authenticity. Because Taylor will tell you all day long she's authentic. I'm going to tell you, anyone who's been famous is a fucking liar. And most of you out in the world are also not authentic. So you're all pointing fingers at a glass house. You're standing there right there in your goddamn underwear, literally. She's fat. Look at your fucking cellulite cheese legs. I'm going to sing Taylor Swift songs and make it my brand. The new age of branding. So now not only did Scooter Braun steal songs. I mean, honestly, how long, Scooter, were you planning on owning the rights to someone else's music? How much money do you really want to make off somebody? Seriously, how much money did you think you deserved to make when you weren't doing shit except for controlling? That's how fucked up you all are in the music industry. Mentally ill. Meanwhile, her fans and followers now are stealing her music and recreating the music as their brand. Meaning y'all are mentally ill. Meaning you're not connect. The whole point of this conversation is there's no connection to humanity. It's only connection to, look at me, how much money, who am I dating, who am I fucking, empty life, empty wife, boring ass shit that eventually your spark is going to die out because you can only tolerate this shit for so long. Which is exactly why we're in a world war. United States is in a civil war. The Ukraine is in a war with Russia, while the Israelis are in war with Hamas. And then there's all kinds of other shit going on. And you millennials are the ones responsible for it. Millennials, Gen Zs, you're all cheering for war when you're the ones that are going to be going to the war to fight. Meaning I saw some dude from the Hamas group, supposedly, holding up a picture of a dead person. Look what we did. Look what we did. Fuck you. Wow. Now that's real leadership. That's really standing for something. Yet you show it on film instead of handling the situation. Meaning they all have cell phones, yet here we are. They're like thinking it's cool to watch dead bodies. They're actually laughing the fact that little infants supposedly were burned alive. Were they? That's the big question. That's the brand. Meanwhile, the United States government knows that Biden is fucking crooked. They know the Democratic Party is crooked. They know that in order to heal the world, that Joe Biden needs to be out of office, Obama needs to stop controlling the country, and that Donald needs to show everyone what they actually did. Although it's right in front of your fucking faces. The laptop, the Epstein list. Who's more important, a famous person or the entire world? To them, it's the fame. Their reputations are more important than your babies, than your countrymen, than the good people that actually keep this country running. And that's what you really want to consider that the brand of the United States of America is. We don't want no Persian slut on our platforms, Gary V. You understand that? Do you fucking hear me? We don't want no Persian slut on our platform. We don't want no Persian slut sitting on a stage in California and teaching us Persian slut shit so that you can build your fucking brand. Fucking nasty shit, man. With that being said, y'all need to take a look at how you're presenting yourself and your so-called brand. That's my brand. Oh, Gary, baby. Oh, babe. That's my brand. Yeah. A Persian is my brand. I ride horses. Brand. I got a puppy brand. And that's my brand. brand, clothes branding. And that's Mona Van's brand. That's a frequency. As she sits high and you drop low, while Gary goes, okay, babe. Babe, you're just so sweet. I'm really intelligent. I like big titties and I like money. And then everyone goes, typical man, I'm not surprised. Well, I'm fucking surprised, Gary V. I'm fucking surprised because you presented yourself in one way and now you're presenting yourself in a whole new fucking game of sickness. As an educator of A Course in Miracles, I'm not supposed to be angry at my brothers and sisters for the sick-minded. However, I am disgusted. So that's the content creation conversation that I wanted to have this morning around branding and how disgusting branding has become and how branding shouldn't even be a conversation associated to someone who is in leadership. That's garbage. That's why you feel so awful all the time, everybody. It's because they branded everything. That's not authentic. To be a brand is not authentic. So you can't be a brand and then call yourself authentic. That means you aren't authentically curious about life. Don't be mad at someone when they change their content. Wow, that's good branding, bitch. Everything Mona Van represents on her platform is what not to do. And that means Gary V's involved in that shit. And he's supposed to be the lead in entrepreneur world. But I guess the bank is more important than the business. I mean, that's a question that you'll have to go ask him on why he would do such a thing. Why didn't anyone ask him, why would you date that? Why would you date that shit? She ain't attractive. She ain't a good person. She ain't got nothing to say. She's boring as shit. She's weird as shit. You definitely feel like bad when she's around. She literally says that she wants money and money only. Babe! Babe! My name is Mona Van and I'm a doctor. Wow, that's real creative. I really love that she doesn't give two shits about VeeFriends, obviously. Something that you plan on building for 35 years, you say. But everything about what you're building with VeeFriends is really about money, so maybe you are a match. That's the big question. When are you going to uncover the fucking facts of what is actually going on? Meaning, I do exist, and I will continue to produce content. I'll continue to produce content to show everyone what Mona Van is up to. Her weak-ass Persian mind with her ugly-ass weak body who can barely do a push-up. And you should see her walk on the treadmill at 2.0 miles per hour. And if you're into fitness, you know that ain't no fitness influencer. But that's her brand. Her brand is don't do any work, marry a rich guy, get a ring, wear the clothes, show the photos, pretend, lie, be fake, abuse others, look erotic, toss the salad, da 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 la la. And that's women branding themselves. And the men that are willing to support that shit to look cool, that's the question. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate everything that you're up to, especially those of you who are producing content, because it gives me content. See, the difference between me and you is you can't touch my content because I'm grounded in real information. Real life experience, real workability with people, working with the rich, the poor, the homeless, you name it. You've done nothing more than fluff people's asses and lie about everything. And I'm like the most honest person that's ever existed, which if you want to take a look at it as brand, that's some pretty authentic behavior. And that's why I'm valuable and you're just built off of shit, Mona. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy the rest of my content today. My videos are currently downloading on the kids page. It's very much different. And so I'm asking you, please do not let the children watch these videos, because these videos here are not meant for children. These videos are meant for adults. Those videos are meant for children. Meaning this should have an 18 and older marker. You hear me?